Okay. Hello and good morning, everyone. We had a special CD key today. We got a special CD key for EverDream Village, so we are going to try this out today. First, I got to make sure my stream's actually functioning today, and I am running a little late, so as always, I apologize for that. I actually got the sleep I wanted to get, so I'm very happy that we got the sleep that I needed to fully obtain to get all the sleep I needed. So we are going to make sure that my stream is properly fitting on everything. It is not. Let's make sure that we get all the size. There we go. Okay, that is the proper size, but it is not properly streaming in the vertical mode, so let's get that fixed real quick. If we drop that and put this one in, hopefully that will then change over. I'm sorry, Dex, for some reason it's not wanting to run things properly, but that should have just fixed the problem. So that should fix it. There we go. So welcome in, everyone. Welcome. Good to see you, Dex. This is a cozy game that was sent to me. It is coming to early access later this week, so we got a early access of early access here. I'm guessing this is going to follow very much like the Stardew Valley plot line. We've got our grandparents, we've got them, we work tirelessly. And we have a massive empire, apparently. We had dreams of turning into an animal. And we found a magical hat. Okay, so this is the magical witch cat who is helping us build our ruthless empire, apparently. Okay, so we have to gather more villagers. So this is supposed to be like Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, cozy game with just no bad guys, just a whole lot of do what you want, take it at your own pace, nice and quiet and pretty. So let's see if it can live up to that. I see a wild chicken. We got a watermelon chicken. We got random people. Our grandparents, apparently. See, we got time and date, and says up in the corner there's 76 things? 76 people? 76 things to interact with? So that's quite a lot of people. But I think some of those are animals, which will make that a much smaller number once we drop that number down. I guess we can move the cursor out of the way here too. Okay. Gotta talk to Grandpa and build a hovel, a shelter. I do enjoy the music so far. The music is perfectly cozy. They did a good job on the music so far. Alright, Grandpa, how can I repair my house? This is just like real life. I used to ask my grandpa for advice all the time. Alright, we got a hatchet, a hammer, and a magical blueprint that will give us everything that we need. Very convenient, very nice. Look at that dog. Look at that big dog. Hey, I want to meet the dog. Is there a run button, maybe? How to use a magical hat. Try using A on an animal. It might let you see the world through its eyes. Okay. So we can transform into a giant barking dog to make animals follow. So we can use this to, like... We can use the dog to round up other animals, I guess? Okay, that's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. What are we doing? We need to place a workshop. All right. Where do we want to build our house? Is this like, do we just build it right next to Grandpa's house? Everything is trying to give you Pokemon DLC spoilers. Isn't it already out? Like, is there anything to spoil? Isn't the game fully out? You tried Cassette Boy yesterday? Is that Cassette Beasts? That one? Or is Cassette Boy... Oh no, Cassette Boy is the one I sent you the puzzle game. Is that already out? How was it? It looked like an interesting game, but it also looked like it had like... It looked like it had one gimmick, you know? And I thought that gimmick would get old really, really fast, so I didn't really do a whole lot, because I was like, okay, well that's gonna get boring really, really fast, so... Alright, so we have to like physically craft the fence we're making? I will say that is a pretty cool idea. I've never seen a crafting quite like this before. And I'm really digging that idea, you know? Maybe if I rotate... No? Alright, we're making moves. We're making a horribly ugly fence here, but you know what? We're making it work. Look at that, we crafted a fence. That was kind of a cool puzzle, and now that I have crafted it, I should be able to instant craft more, so you can choose to do the puzzle every time if you want to do the puzzle, or you can skip the puzzle if you don't want. I dig that. I dig that puzzle. That was a very, very fun little way to craft something. I'll give it a chance, not too sure if I'll stick with it. The gimmick is fun, but I don't like pixel games and the colors are too sparse. It definitely looks like a Game Boy era game, and the gimmick looks like it's very Game Boy-y in that it's a one size fits all kind of solution. So yeah, I'm not super hyped for it either, but I want to give it a try because it does look fun. But it looks like it might also get super repetitive super fast. And I guess it depends on what they charge for it, right? Like if it's a $10 Game Boy-ish game, I won't be too beat up. But if they're charging, you know, full price, they're charging $60, $70 for it, that might be a little much. It might be a GameFly rental, to be honest, but like I said, willing to give it a chance to see what they fully make of it. You know. I didn't know there was a demo though, so I will definitely be trying that demo very soon as well. So I'm guessing this is the cow pen, and it is broken. So it is our job to now fix the cow pen. I like placing the items. I like how it snaps. That is nice. And one last fence post for the cows. Good job, dog. You did nothing. Look at that garden. Alright, next we gotta fix the kitchen. Grandpa, what's going on with the... What's going on with the kitchen? The character's all white. I walked on the beach, which was all white. They could have done more. Just add another... I mean, if the Game Boy... If the original Game Boy can make distinct colors, and you're dealing with a monochromatic, ugly, puke green, anyone else should be able to do the same, right? Like... Okay, I need wood to fix Grandpa's kitchen. There we go. Okay, fix. Alright, we got experience. I'm assuming we'll get, like, level ups and skills or something out of it. I don't know. But, our quest is complete. Feed animals. What do you got for me? Cut down some weeds and prepare for the merchant coming. Okay. Sure, why not? That chicken apparently is hungry. I guess we'll go cut down some grass to feed the chicken. I guess let's try catching a butterfly too. We caught a cabbage white butterfly. Speaking of cabbage, I saw a recipe yesterday for cabbage and leek. It was like fried cabbage and leeks, and it looked pretty good. Good morning! How's it going today? Good morning, Justry. How are you doing today? Oh, we found a giant thing hiding in the bushes. Okay. I guess it was a buffalo. Oh, there's I was wondering if there was a run button. There's the run button. That's much better when there's a run button. I just discovered leeks. Like I'd never tried leeks before. And I really enjoyed leeks. You were at the Grinch stream? This is more what I do. You know, the Grinch was a one-off. This is more my style. A company sent us a key to try out their game, so we're trying out their cozy game. I super enjoy leeks too. Leeks and ramen, delicious. I want to try the leeks and cabbage. I am surprised at how much I enjoy leeks. This buffalo ran like 50 miles away. Alright, we gotta befriend the buffalo by force feeding it grass. Very cozy. You will eat the grass, and you will like it, Buffalo. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. I've been in a slump the last 2 or 3 weeks. Actually, probably month. My subs have gone down. My views have gone down. It's been rough, and it's the holidays, right? No one wants to watch me while they're concentrating on Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all those sort of things. So I get it, but the little bump in subs always helps, makes me feel a little better. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Alright, Ma, we cut down the grass, we got a buffalo. What more could you possibly want from me? Need to bring some chairs and guests and wood cutting skills. Make some chairs. Alright. We got to make boards. Hello, buffalo. Apparently the buffalo loves us. And now we permanently have a buffalo friend, so that is very nice. Oh, well, never mind, he's gone. He hates us now. Part of my work duties is dealing with a section of invoices that don't get properly sorted. All I have to do is delegate them, but since we're slow, sometimes I just do them. That sounds like a task for AI. Imagine, picture it now, Dex. You could fill it into AI to automatically filter in the invoices and take care of them. It's the future. How great is that? I gave you $50. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It didn't pop anything up, but once it does, thank you. You definitely don't need to send any money. I just do this for pure love of the game. They took my kindness for weakness, them being one of the AP clerks who just doesn't touch them. Speaking of AI, I made a phone call yesterday and I got an AI agent that started talking to me, and it was like the weirdest experience where like this AI agent was like, tell me why you're calling and I'll talk to the person you actually want to speak to and we'll determine whether or not we want to talk to you. It was such a wild thing to experience. Let's see, I accidentally picked up a saw table. We'll place it there. Okay, I get this minigame. Little Dance Dance Revolution to cut the planks. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. We're grooving and schmooving now. So are you playing a Lego game? No, this is called EverDream Village. It is a new cozy game that will be coming out in, I think, 2 days. It'll be coming out officially in 2 days. You'll be able to play this game. Okay. We need to craft some chairs and get a table. Spreadsheet time? I love me some spreadsheets. Okay, so we're not crafting those things where we're just picking up all the spares. Gotcha, okay. We got one table. Need a few more chairs. The one hard part about cozy games is so many game creators take cozy to mean like boring. Like there's no actions, there's no consequences. It's just kind of exists. Gotta go. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out for a little bit. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Thank you for hanging out with us. There are some invoices any additional info or can't be processed. Those are in second place to her. All right, Dex, are you ready for my would you rather of the day? Because I got a good one. I got a good would you rather today. Say you are going on a road trip. That is all right, Jestry. I understand if you gotta go to bed, you gotta go to bed. It's 5 a.m. for me, so no bed for me. Say you are going on a road trip. And this road trip is going to last at least 10 hours. And you're not going to make any stops. So you know you're going to be driving for 10 hours straight. You are choosing your breakfast before everything starts. Would you rather get a burrito that is so full and stuffed full of things that it will fall apart the second you bite into it? Or would you rather have a burrito that is a little bit smaller so it's not as filling, but it stays perfectly wrapped the entire time? Which would you rather have? I was thinking about this yesterday as I was eating a burrito while driving, and I thought, you know, it kind of sucks that these burritos fall apart while you're eating, because like the burrito is supposed to be this perfect to eat on the go sort of thing, because it doesn't fall apart, you know, and it fell apart. So why would I eat a burrito before a 10-hour trip with no stops? Because you gotta have food. That's why you gotta get your energy up for driving, of course. Red connections are not correct. Okay. I'd go to a gas station and buy from stores every 2 hours. Oh, I see. I made a janky chair here. Okay. That I need to poop less than halfway in. We're talking about messy burrito. I'd be a mess physically and mentally. I personally would take the smaller but well-crafted burrito any day of the week. I hate when you bite into a burrito while you're driving and the whole thing falls apart and it just becomes a whole exhausting mess, you know? But apparently some of y'all have never driven 10 hours straight on a road trip, and it shows. Do we actually have to place these, like, well? Do we actually have to make this look nice, or can we just place these in any way, shape, or form? Like, if I put this chair out there, and I grab these tables, where are my tables? Table. Give me a floppy gas station burrito. I don't need anything huge. Alright. Do y'all see a table in my inventory? Cause oh, there it is. Okay. Ah, yes, perfect. I have set up the picnic tables for Mother. I am an artiste. Brilliant. Who is the most popular anime character? Naruto versus Luffy versus Goku versus Ichigo. It depends on what you mean by popular. If you by popular you mean like most well-known or recognizable, I feel like Goku is probably without a doubt the most recognizable out of all of those. But as for like popularity, like most well liked, probably Luffy. But in my opinion, Luffy is also the absolute worst of all those characters. So Ash from Pallet Town. Ash is pretty well known, but we're gonna be honest here, right? The Pokemon anime isn't exactly what you would call good, right? It exists. Good morning, Ben. Which is the best character, Goku or Luffy? Well, Sam, congratulations. You have unlocked my unpopular opinion glasses. Because I'm about to spout some really, really unpopular opinions. So we need to put on the glasses. They're both awful. One Piece and Dragon Ball Z are both terrible, almost borderline unwatchable anime. They are probably, like, I understand that Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z did a lot for, like, popularizing anime and getting people into it and all that sort of thing. But Dragon Ball is just purely unwatchable horribleness. The first saga of Dragon Ball Z, the Saiyan saga. Oh no, there's enemies coming. We need to power up to defeat them. Oh no, we're not strong enough. Let's use the power of friendship and love. Alright, we're strong enough. We beat them. Then next comes the Frieza saga. Oh no, there's someone too strong coming. We don't have the power to beat him. Let's power up. Ah! Okay, we beat him. The next saga. Oh no, there's someone even stronger coming. What are we gonna do? Let's power up. Ah! Oh no, someone. It's garbage. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again. There's literally no plot. There's no character development. There's nothing. There is nothing to like about Dragon Ball. What's your favorite anime instead of Dragon Ball? Ooh, favorite anime. It depends if you classify Avatar: The Last Airbender as anime, which I do. I would say that Avatar: The Last Airbender is the best anime ever made. Though I know that a lot of people don't classify it as anime, so if you don't count that one as anime, let's see. Blue Eye Samurai, I think I would put as the highest. Yeah, I would count. I mean, anime. The Avatar: The Last Airbender is made by the same like Korean drawing studios who would make regular anime, so I count it as an anime. And Avatar: The Last Airbender is by far a superior anime. Does One Piece have a better story than Dragon Ball? No. Because One Piece needs 1,000 episodes to tell a subpar story of a story that's not worth telling. So I would say no to that as well. Okay, so we need to bring the cows back to a pen. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk to our dog. Hello, dog. Dog, come back here. Then we come and bark at the cows, and we can get them to follow us. What's your opinion about One Punch Man Season 3? I despise One Punch Man too, so it didn't need a Season 3, it didn't need a Season 2, it didn't need a Season 1. I do not enjoy One Punch Man at all. So, what I am looking forward to, though, is we have the end of My Hero Academia. People are posting clips of the very, very end of My Hero Academia, so we are ready and hyped for the end of My Hero Academia. All right, come on, cows, into the pen. Which anime fanbase is the most toxic? Ooh, that is for sure a tough one, because the My Hero Academia group is pretty toxic. The One Piece fandom is pretty toxic. So it is very hard to pick one toxic fan base, because they're all very toxic in their own ways. What's your opinion on Journey to the West, the story of Sun Wukong, the character Goku, Luffy, and several other characters are based off of? I have never actually read, seen, or done anything with the original story of the West, so I probably am not in a good position to properly rate it. Dandadan won the IGN's Anime of the Year. Dandadan was not worth watching. I was super hyped for Dandadan. It looked super interesting. It looked like it had an interesting premise. And then, like so much anime, it just became about all the weird sexual stuff and nudity and awkward moments and things like that. So, you know, they lost me on Dandadan so fast. They lost me so fast on Dandadan. All right, we're planting crops poorly, mind you. This is not the optimal way to plant plants, but we're doing it. Dude is so overpowered. He's not only made himself immortal once, he did it like 7 times. Yeah, he like in the OG story, he like wiped his name from the Book of Life, right? So he became immortal because his name is no longer listed in the Book of Life or something like that. Like, I understand that it's probably a good story. I've just never sat down to watch or read that one. If Journey to the West didn't exist, it would definitely impact Dragon Ball, and I think the world would probably be better for it if Dragon Ball didn't exist, but maybe I'm just a hater. But if good anime, of course, you got Full Metal Alchemist, you've got Blue Eyes Samurai, you've got Erased, are all phenomenal anime. Yeah, Your Lie in April is definitely one. Blue Period, another amazing anime. Personally, I love My Hero Academia. I'm a huge fan of My Hero Academia. I think it's one of the greatest stories ever told. Alright, we're learning how to breed cows. Milk the cow, harvest vegetables, and track animals. Good morning, KZ. Have you watched Overflow? I don't think I've seen Overflow. No. I don't think I know that one. Alright, cows. I'm gonna force feed you some grass, and you're gonna give me some milk. That is how this is going to go. I artificially intimidated a cow when I was in high school. I don't think intimidated is the word you were looking for, but I also kind of makes that so much better. You show that cow who is boss. Alright, we don't have the proper things to obtain the cow as of yet. Do we have a milk pail, empty bucket? I'm guessing that's... Wait, there's a mini game for milking? Why? Why is there a mini game for milking? This feels like too much. This feels excessive. Why? Game of the year right there. We've got a cow milking mini game to enjoy. All right, bucket of milk. Do we sell it to him? It says to give. Maybe I have to gift it to him if I trade it, and then I. Okay, yeah, we gift it to him. What is the game? This game is called EverDream Village. It is coming out in 2 days on December 12th. I got a early access key to it, so we are streaming it a little bit early. This is EverDream Village, a cozy Stardew Valley-like game. Goku mastered Ultra Instinct versus Arceus. Who will win? I mean, Goku... Here's the thing. Goku will win basically every single one of those fights, right? Like, that's the whole point of Goku, right? Like, the whole point of Goku's story is that he rises to the occasion to overcome the challenge. So when you're pitting anyone against anyone, you have to consider, like, that's Goku's whole shtick, isn't it? That he overcomes the challenge to save the day. So I would have to say Goku probably wins everything because that's his whole thing. He rises to the challenge to overcome the problem. Have you seen them inventing a technology to incorporate light as the medium for our microchips to communicate with each other, since Moore's law is capped and transistors are the size of electrons now? I have not seen that. Arceus is the Pokemon god, yes, but also, and maybe it's because I haven't like watched the anime or anything, but to my knowledge, he doesn't really do anything, right? He never really does anything. Plant daisies and clovers for the cows. These cows are very demanding. Okay. Well, we'll do it. Alright, here's the flowers. We're about to have computers that work at the speed of light. That is exciting. Goku shakes universes with his fists. I don't want to hear anything about it. Goku does do that, but have we also considered that Goku is kind of a boring character? I don't think that we've taken into account that. Alright, cow, we planted you lots of daisies. Enjoy. Now we need to go find the chickens. Okay. Though I have seen the power scaling nerds, for whatever reason, have said that Sailor Moon can easily beat Goku, and I don't understand their power scaling there, but apparently the power scalers are in agreement that Goku is beaten by Sailor Moon. And maybe it's because Sailor Moon is more pure of heart than Goku, maybe something like that, I don't know, but... Have you played Dragon Ball Sparking Zero? I have. It was on my list of one of the worst games I had played in that year. I hated it. I've played quite a few Dragon Ball games, and I you know, again, maybe I'm just a hater, but I have not enjoyed a single... I have never enjoyed a Dragon Ball game. because like the fighting feels clunky and the 3-dimensional doesn't work very well for me, and like I especially hate, you know, when like, okay, when you play the old school what's it called, Street Fighter, when you play the old school Street Fighter, you have Ken and Ryu. And they're basically clones of each other with slightly different abilities. And it always frustrated me that, like, why do we have two characters that are darn near the exact same taking up fighting slots, right? Like, it's the same complaint when you play Super Smash Brothers, is why do we have 10 characters that are all the same that are, you know, taking up character slots that can go to more unique characters? Alright, I'm going to play Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Do I play as Goku? Do I play as Kid Goku? Do I play as Super Saiyan Goku? Do I play as Super Saiyan 2 Goku? Do I play as Super Saiyan 3 Goku? Do I play as Super Saiyan 4 Goku? Do I play as Ultra Instinct Goku? Do I play as Blue God Goku? Do I play as Goku wearing black? Do I play as Goku as merged with another Goku? Like, there's 50 million Gokus. Give me a different character. Give me someone else to play as. Why do we need 5,000 Gokus to play as? When clearly, the best character in Dragon Ball is Piccolo. Why do they focus so much on Goku when very clearly Piccolo is the better character? Am I a Dragon Ball hater? I wouldn't classify myself as a hater. I just tell it like it is. You know, I'm a realist. The Dragon Ball Z isn't that good. Here's what I'll declare. If you didn't watch Dragon Ball Z as a child, if you don't have like the nostalgia for watching Dragon Ball Z like on Toonami or 4Kids or anything like that, you wouldn't watch Dragon Ball now. Because the only reason people watch it is because they have nostalgia for it. It's just not that good. Okay, I must be doing something wrong here because I am not finding their treasure golden egg. Maybe I need a different... There's a golden egg, but... Maybe I need a different tool. Piccolo is clearly the coolest character. Piccolo and Trunks. Right? Those are clearly the two coolest characters in all of Dragon Ball. Piccolo and Trunks. Although Trunks kind of feels like a little bit like a self-insert, cringy kind of character, you know? I'm not a, like, I feel like to be qualified as a hater, you have to not have a good reason. But I feel like I've articulated my dislike for those very well. I feel like I've expressed why I dislike those things very, very well. I don't feel like I quite qualify as a hater. Maybe the dog has to find these treasures? Maybe I'm in the wrong area? Who knows? Oh, a bear! Hello, bear. Dialogue generic bear. That writing gets me every time. You know what other anime I enjoyed? I won't say this one is the best anime of all time, but it's mid enough and it's a good cozy kind of anime. Tavern to Another World is really good. Food Wars, if you can get past the cringe factor of it, Food Wars is pretty good for a ridiculous, over the top, fun anime. Big fan of Food Wars. Like, I would rewatch a rerun of Food Wars any day of the week instead of watching a new episode of One Piece or Dragon Ball. Any day of the week. I wanted to get into Rising of Shield Hero. I heard a lot of people talking about Rising of Shield Hero being really good. but it kind of felt like a really, like, maybe I'm wrong because I didn't watch it enough, but in the few episodes I watched, it seems like the main character was building a harem of women that he, like, hand selected as young children, and so it kind of seemed like they were just, like, grooming the characters into a harem, and that felt really gross, so I dropped that one pretty fast. I didn't see the appeal of that. Everyone tells me I need to watch Solo Leveling. I have not sat down and watched Solo Leveling yet. But everyone insists that Solo Leveling is good. And I doubt them very much on that. I have a lot of doubt. But if you want an anime that's going to make you just, like, sit down and think, Your Lie in April and Blue Period are both amazing anime. I cannot believe how much I loved those. Goku Super Saiyan is iconic form. Yes, okay, I will give him that. The very first time in the Frieza saga, the very first time that Goku goes Super Saiyan, that one particular moment in that one particular anime at that one particular time is unmatched absolute brilliance. I will concede to that point that the first time Goku went Super Saiyan is so incredibly iconic, and, like, you'll get chills down your spine watching it, right? Like, even as adults, sometimes I go back and watch that scene. Like, this is so cool the first time. After that, it became overused and lame. But the first time Goku went Super Saiyan is, without a doubt, one of the top 10 moments, not just in anime, but I will go so far as to say one of the top 10 moments in all of television. It is iconic. It is cool. It stands out. It deserves a spot in the grand scheme of talking about how wonderful anime and television history is. Dragon Ball, as much as I am a Dragon Ball hater, apparently, I will concede it deserves a spot on the pedestal for that one scene alone. Goku going Super Saiyan is cool. Alright, enjoy your homework. We'll see you next time. I'll be streaming on Friday, so hope to see you then. Have a good day. And if we don't see you before then, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, all that. So I know I don't have access to everything in this game so far, but I will say, as far as, like, cozy games go and cozy vibes, I'm kind of digging it. It's a pretty good game. We're gonna catch 1,000 bees. We have now caught 135 bees. I have 146 bees in my pants currently. Like, it's got good music. It's got a very chill vibe. It's still day one, and I can't tell if there's not a day-night cycle, if that's coming in the full version, but, like, it's just, I've had time to go do the things that I want to do. We've been playing for an hour, and I'm not bored of it, and honestly, that's an accomplishment for cozy games, because there's a lot of cozy games where you get bored of it so very, very quickly, because there's just nothing to do. So far I'm digging the cozy game. Let's catch all the bees. And I am apparently really bad at finding golden eggs, because I've visited a few of these spots and we have not found all the golden eggs. So I am doing very poorly at finding the golden eggs that have been stolen and lost. Maybe I'm just blind. That is a possibility. Missed like this last 7 minutes. We were just talking about how cool Super Saiyan was and how the first time that Goku went Super Saiyan is a pretty legendary moment in TV, and I concede that point. The other power scaling I'm going to need to do, I hate that I googled this. Are you ready? Are you ready to hear the saddest thing? It's the saddest thing I've ever had to Google. I don't think you're going to be ready for this. The cringe may overtake you. I've been debating getting into Beyblades. I don't know why. I've just kind of been looking at them like, huh, that looks kind of fun. But I don't really have anyone to play with. So I had to Google, can you Beyblade alone? And the answer was yes, but I had to take a moment afterwards and sit there with myself and ask myself, what has gone terribly awry in my life that I am Googling if I can play with Beyblades by myself? But as I'm getting into it, apparently there's a whole power scaling to Beyblades. So I'm going to become a Beyblade power scaler. And we're going to debate that endlessly. So my three new things. The three new things you're going to see me talk about on stream and see me make videos of. Beyblades. Furbies. And Viewmasters. I cannot tell you how much fun I've had with the old school Viewmaster and going through and finding old school pictures and appreciating the photography and just enjoying all of that. So I love the old school Viewmaster. I'm sorry, bestie, I'm laughing at you. Yes, laugh at my pain and my cringe. I understand Googling whether or not I can Beyblade alone is some next level cringe. I'm so jealous right now that you have one of those. The Viewmaster. We got a new store that opened up in town that is a 70s, 80s, and 90s retro store. And so it's got all sorts of really cool old school retro stuff in it, and I super am enjoying it. I wanted to get the Super Mario Brothers Viewmaster, but it was $50, so I'm not going to drop that much just yet. But I am really enjoying collecting the slides, and I'm looking at getting like a projector so that we can look at the slides together. I'm super enjoying it. Just get into Yu-Gi-Oh at this point. I will never get into Yu-Gi-Oh for a multitude of reasons. One, I could get into Yu-Gi-Oh, and I know that there are people around me who play Yu-Gi-Oh, so there would not be a problem with that. I could definitely find people to play Yu-Gi-Oh with me. And there's no nice way to say this, so I'm just gonna say it. I don't want to smell the people who play Yu-Gi-Oh. The memes exist for a reason. I've been to game shops during Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic the Gathering night, and no, I don't want to smell that. So there's that, and then there's also like, I suck at deck building. I am not good at putting together cards. I accept that limitation about myself. I understand I cannot build decks well. I don't want to have to read a 10-page novel on every single card that I want to activate. I despise those Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are like size 2 font because there's 50,000 instructions on the thing, and it's like, oh, well, if your opponent is playing this card on this date at this time during these conditions, then do this. But if the moon is half full and there's a cow mooing in the background, do this. But if there's a trap effect on the field, no. It's too much. It's too much. It is far, far too much. play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel on Steam. See, I've seen people play Master Duel on Steam, but that only scares me away from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Because every time someone's posted a clip of Master Duels on Steam, it's a clip of them sitting there for 8 minutes while decks shuffle and cards play and things happen, and then they lose. Like they don't even get to play once. They just enter the game. The guy plays 50 million cards, shuffles his decks 1,000 times, and then you instantly lose. Like that doesn't look fun. So I will be avoiding Yu-Gi-Oh! What I do want to play, though, is I've heard a lot of great things about the new Digimon game, and I do like Digimon, so I might go play the new Digimon game. That looks fun. I like Digimon. I feel like Digimon got the short end of the stick in the competition. I feel like Digimon should have been able to compete with Pokemon much better than it did. I feel like Digimon got the short end of the stick on that. You know what else? I've said this a million times, but you know what else we need? Monster Rancher. Monster Rancher, the game where you used to take a CD and you put it in the system, you get a random monster based on the CD you put in the system. That was so cool. And now that we have like the technology we have, you know how cool... Do you know how cool Monster Rancher would be in 2025 with the technology we have to spawn monsters and AI and all the other things? Like, I feel like there's a missed opportunity. I feel like Monster Rancher needs to make a comeback. Give us Monster Rancher. How's the sponsored D&D campaign coming? Not great. It's taken time to put things together, and I am running low on time. I'm running out of time to do things, unfortunately. So it will start eventually, but it might be a thing that comes about next year, because I am running low on time to do all the things that I want to do. Where's my dog? Come here, dog. I need you to talk to a chicken for me. Come talk to a chicken. I do have Tabletop Simulator. Yes, I really enjoy Tabletop Simulator. Although, Tabletop Simulator is in a tough spot for me. Because I use Tabletop Simulator to play some board games with some friends when I own the board game. But there's also a lot of people who play Board Game Simulator and they play games that they don't own. And then it becomes basically like Piracy Simulator, where people are stealing board games they don't own. And it becomes like this gray area of, is it sinful or wrong to play a board game and board simulator that I don't own? Because in theory, I could go purchase that game, and that would give money to the group to play the game. But also, in reality, the people that I want to play the game with don't exist near me, so I would never buy and play it with them. No, you only have to pay for Tabletop Simulator, and then everyone else imports things. And that's the problem, right? You can play any board game in Board Game Simulator for free, but you haven't paid for the right to play that game. So the question is, does it become theft to take the games in Board Game Simulator and play them when you haven't actually purchased the game in real life? So that's why I haven't touched Board Game Simulator in a while, is because to me it seems like there could be potential, at least the potential grounds for saying that this is stealing from the board game creators. So it requires more thought at the very least. Someone randomly started a fire next to my crops. I don't think that is a good idea. Whoever did that, maybe don't start fires next to my stuff. Okay, so I need to get more people to come to the picnic. But it looks like I don't have that access yet, so let's gather some crops. Let's finish that quest. Okay, that quest is done. I wouldn't say so because you can edit the games, and also most of those games are so old they can't be copyrighted. Oh no, it's not just old games like the Warhammer community. The Warhammer community uses Tabletop Simulator to play Warhammer online all the time, and we're talking thousands of dollars of Warhammer miniatures that could be purchased, but are not purchased because they're able to instead play it in Tabletop Simulator. What game is this? This is EverDream Village. It is coming out in 2 days. The creators were kind enough to send me a CD key, so we got to play it a little bit early. So this is coming out in early access in 2 days. And so far, I would say it is worth the playing. I think it is going to be worth paying and playing the full game so far. I'm very much enjoying the mini games and everything about this game so far. I would use it for D&D, and that's what I did. I used it for D&D, and I played D&D in there, and it was really fun for playing Dungeons and Dragons within the game. So, all right, we need to get Dad to come to the picnic, which means we need to go dig up a dinosaur bone. Okay, use your magic hat to transform into a pup and follow his nose to find a dinosaur. Where can you buy the game? I believe it is coming out on Switch and Steam. I believe it will be on Steam first, and then once it's out of early access, I believe it will be on Switch once it is out of early access. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. We try and have cool, chill vibes here. That is my goal. All right, Ben. Go enjoy your day. Thank you for hanging out. Have a great day. Lunar, welcome in. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. The likes, subscribes, all that. Super appreciate that. All right, we're looking for a scent trail to lead us to bones. So far, we've done crafting, we've done farming, we've done animal husbandry, we've done beekeeping, and now we are doing archaeology. Let's see, can we find the bone? Or is there a different dog who finds bones? This seems like the only dog, so... Alright, well, let me take off these glasses. Maybe the scent trail is faint. Maybe I actually need to be able to see the dog trail here. Do you guys see any, like, scent marks or anything? Because I don't see anything scent-like or scent-related. Maybe I'm just not close enough, so I guess let's just go explore the island and see if we can find... If you were a dinosaur bone, where would you hide, I guess? Also, keep in mind I'm not showing you the entire game. There is a whole perk tree that is not in this early access build, so there are like perks and level ups. Apparently, I believe there is sailing where you can sail to different islands and like see different islands and meet different villagers and things like that. So there is parts of the game that you have not seen as of yet, because they are not fully in the game, because this is a early access build that was given to me to look at and review the game. So there is still more to come. Okay, there's a broken bridge. I'm guessing we'll have to repair that eventually. There's the picnic I set up. But where's Where is the dinosaur bones? I also know that people are gonna, the Christian community is gonna be overly scrupulous about this game since you use a witch's hat to possess animals to do tasks. I can already see the, can I play this game? Is it demonic? There's transformation and mentions of witches and things like that. I already know we're gonna get the whole next level of, is this sinful to play this game? Can I play this game? Is it wrong to play this game? So prepare for that. We are going to get a whole load of that at some point. See, chickens, goats, still no dog bones. Alright, is there another dog maybe? Maybe if I look at the map. Bears, goats, there's no other dogs, so this has to be the right dog. This is the correct... This is the correct dog. Okay, am I doing something? Let me read the quest again here. Let's see. Tutorial for... trekking. Open your inventory and choose... Oh, and choose any item. Okay. Wait until the sniff trail appears. Okay, the problem was I'm stupid. We have solved the problem. So if I open my inventory and select the bone. There we go. Now we can follow the scent very faintly. I can't tell which way it's trying to make me go. I feel like I'm supposed to go over here. Okay, so if we go over here. Is this correct? It seems to be strongest, like, right here, so... Okay, apparently I didn't read well enough, so let's try it one more time and read more, I guess. Open your inventory, choose an item, wait until the scent trail appears, follow, and chase it. Okay, that's what we're doing, right? Is it just that there's multiple trails, or what is... I feel like we're doing it. Maybe it just takes a while for the scent to catch up, is that... I still don't feel like I'm doing this right. But I see the very faint thing of the smell. The kind of smelly smell that smells. Okay, it disappeared. Are we following like two different smells? Is that the problem? That there's multiple like scent lines? I feel like an IGN game reviewer here trying to figure this out. Like, it can't be this complicated, right? Like, there's no way it's this hard. I've got to be doing something wrong. Like, I can clearly see the scent lines up here. But how do I know which way to follow them? My nose doesn't work. Look at this. Like, please, chat, give me any hints you have. I feel like I'm doing this wrong. So if you figured this out, you will please backseat game on this one. Tell me what I am doing wrong, because I have not figured out what I am doing wrong yet. Jabby, good morning. How's it going? Okay, it's a really strong smell from over there. But I can't go in the water, so doing good? Good to hear. Good to hear. Why is this taking me all over the island? Why is it so hard to find a dinosaur bone? I feel like this is needlessly complex. Like, give me a mini-map marker or something, because this is outrageous. Up here? Yep, okay. Down there? Alright, we're running out of islands, so did I go the wrong way? I don't get what I did wrong there. I followed the scent. Do I have like a shovel? Like, do I need to dig? Will the treasure detector find bones? Do I need to use the hoe? Like, dig them out using the spirit level. What the heck is a spirit level? I'm guessing this? Alright, it took us to the beach, so maybe there's something... something over here? This does not seem to be working, but... Alright, I feel like we did something wrong. Alright, we smell the smell. We follow the smell. It takes us up this. Okay, maybe it's here. Alright, we're digging for dinosaur bones. Is there anything here? There does not appear to be anything here. Run the treasure detector really quick just to see. Nothing. Alright, well, unfortunately, I think we're going to run out of time to solve this mystery, because it's about time for me to go get started with my day and get started with my real day job. So, unfortunately, this mystery will remain unsolved. But this, once more time, this is EverDream Village. They sent me a code to play the game. So far, it is pretty good. We'll play again once the actual release happens, and we can do everything there. But I am going to go get started with my day. So thank you everyone for joining me today. One of these days I will have time to finish fixing my stream so that we can go back and do... Actually, I think our prayer is working now. No, it is not. Our prayer stream is not working. So one of these days I will fix that. Thank you so much for watching today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and chatting. It always means a lot to me. It's a good way to start my day. So thank you as always for joining me. Go and have a blessed day. And we will see you again. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5 a.m. Pacific time. So we will be streaming again on Friday. So I will see you all then. Until then, again, have a blessed day and have a Merry Christmas. Have a good day, everyone.